So I am really kind of excited to be here. This is like the Oscars for me, you know. There are people here, there's cameras. And so I want to say, you know, thank you to God for getting me here and shout out to my mom. Right? How many everyones does it take? If you will indulge that theme. How many everyones does it take to take a kid like me and to give me a life like the one that I have today? Not supposed to be here for a million reasons, but you know, I am here. And so the thought that I have, how many of those specific everyones do we have to have in our lives to get that started? So I'll start with the question. At the beginning of every year, when I'm working with teachers, I do induction with all the teachers who come into my organization. Flat out, you spend a bunch of time with me talking about why we do the work that we do. Very important. And one of the questions I ask them right away is college for everyone? So I will ask you that question. Put a 1 in the air if you think college is for everyone, and a 2 if you think college is not for everyone. Lots of 2s, there's a lot, 1s and 2s, lots of 2s though. A lot of people say that in the beginning, and then I beat them up and they change their minds. I'll tell you a story about why this is so important. I had the distinction of being a KIPP school principal. 2 KIPP foundations with them, one in San Francisco, and then I was the head of school and founder for their first single gender academy, boys, in New York. In Houston. Scraped the ground to get these kids, had to go knocking door to door, laundromats to get them in there. This is what we ended up with. End of our first year, phenomenal year. 25% gains in math and reading. We had a banner year. Did a survey at the end of the year, asked these kids, okay, what do you think about college? The results came back. 75% of those boys said, I'm going to college. 25% said, not going to go. Devastated. Open a school, preparatory academy for boys, college preparatory academy. You ask them, 25% of them say no. So I start pulling kids together. We're doing groups. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. Tell me why you don't want to go to college. And it was simple, really simple stuff, but real. They were afraid. So Mr. Hardnett, you come in and you tell us we have to do our homework. We got to get this homework done because when we go to college, we're going to have to read 100 pages a night and write 10-page papers. Like, that's not real sexy for us. So college isn't for everyone, Mr. Hardnett. That's what they told me. College isn't for everyone. I realized we'd blown it. We'd blown it. So I pulled all my teachers in that day. I said, look, we've blown it. We've messed up the message of college. We've told these kids that it's hard. We talked to them about Harvard and Yale and hours. And you know what we forgot to tell them? 3 a.m. we were making pancake sandwiches. We forgot to tell them that we stole all the sorority pledges and hid them in the dorm. We forgot to tell them about the parties and the fun and the fact that you really only take 3 classes a day and you play spades tournaments in between. That's what we forgot. Here's the reality. 3 weeks later, we told those kids those stories every day. 3 weeks later, we took the same survey. 110% of them wanted to go to college. We made it accessible. We made it relevant to them. We loved them enough to do that, right? So if you tell yourself the truth, you don't remember the 100 pages you read. You don't. You don't remember the homework assignments you did. You don't. You don't remember any of that. You remember that crazy stuff. Some of it you're not going to talk to anybody in this room about. That's what you remember. That's what you remember. You remember that it made you an adult. It made you a learner. It made you know who you are. It solidified your identity. That's what college did for you. Who the hell is that not for? Who is that not for? Who deserves not to have that experience? That's what they turned into. That's what they turned in. That next year, they gave me another 25 points. 16th percentile to 73rd percentile in 2 years. Those kids were